video, I wanted to focus exclusively on the moving average crossover. This is one of my favorite Ninja indicators, mainly because it can be used to enhance any system or any strategy that involves a moving average. And if you have any of your own strategies, or if you've been watching a YouTube video and someone is sharing their strategy that involves a moving average, this moving average crossover indicator can help enhance that system. And there's many different ways that this could be achieved. I'm going to share with you one of my favorite ways to use it. So on this chart here, we have our moving average crossover indicator, nothing else. I've got my slow moving average indicator as this yellow dotted line. And I've got my fast moving average transparent, but I have a green and red cloud that gets painted when price is above or below this moving average. And it also paints the candle color if price is above or below the moving average. And depending on how fine-tuned you want the crossover to be, you can change it using one of, I think, 10 different moving averages. I've got a 3 EMA, so you can see right here, price did close below the moving average line, but not until the next candle did the candles start painting red. So the price had to close a decent amount below our main slow moving average here. You could also set it to a 1 EMA, and that would pretty much catch just about any crossover, no matter how big or small. So in my settings, I've got the fast EMA as a 3. I do not have any smoothing. And for the slow EMA, I've got an SMA 50. This is one of my favorite moving averages. I like the 20 SMA and also the 50 SMA. And I've also been known to use the 21 EMA. But you can see you've got all these different moving averages to choose from for the fast and also the slow. So I've got the bar enabled, which means it's painting these candle colors when price is above this moving average. You can choose any color you want for either of the candles. The bar outline, that's painting the wick and the outline of the candle. The bar bias, that's printing these hollow candles if you have a down candle in an uptrend or an up candle in a downtrend. This is the semi-transparent cloud that is printed above or below our main slow moving average, but it helps give us a nice visual representation and reminder of which direction we want to be trading in at the moment. I do not have the pop-ups enabled, but if you click on this, it will alert you anytime price closes above or below the main moving average line. You can also have alert sounds. So lots of different ways you could use this. You can also enable markers. I could have arrows up and down printing on the charts every time price closes above or below our main moving average line. I've got the toggle off. That puts a button anywhere you want on the chart. If I have this toggle enabled, it'll turn on and off the indicator if I need to see a naked chart. And you can move this button anywhere you want on the chart. And then down at the bottom, we have the option to change everything about our moving average lines. For the slow moving average, which is the 50 SMA on this chart, you can see I can change the color. I can change it to be dots or dashes. I can change the thickness of the line. And for the fast moving average, since it's basically just following right along the price, I didn't want a line in there kind of getting in the way of me seeing the candlesticks and seeing the wicks on the candles. So I left that transparent. So now I've got this great clean visual representation of price as it relates to this moving average. So if you have any kind of system that involves a moving average, these are some of the many ways that you can use to visually enhance that system so it's easier to see when you want to be long or short. And you could devise an entire system around one moving average. So today, this was the New York Open. It was pretty choppy this morning, extremely choppy. If I scroll back to pre-market, this is like 6:30 to 8:30 EM Eastern Standard Time, pre-market before the New York Open. You see we're getting a lot more clear definition of when we want to be looking for shorts and when we want to be looking for longs. You can scroll back a little further. Here's the overnight session. This is the London Open. Again, very clear. We can tell when we want to be looking for shorts and when we want to be looking for longs, all based on this simple moving average. And if we scroll back to yesterday, this is yesterday's New York Open session. Definitely not as choppy yesterday. And again, just very clear, defined, easy to read signals. Looking for longs, looking for shorts. And if for some reason I don't want to see these colored candlesticks or the cloud or even the moving average, and I just want to have some markers on my chart, maybe I've already got a lot going on my current chart setup, I can disable this bar for the candle color, disable the outline and the bias, can change the cloud to be transparent, and I can change the slow moving average to also be transparent. And then we can click marker enabled, and you can literally type in anything in these boxes for your markers. Right now I've got arrows. You can change the font size, make it bigger or smaller, and you can change how far above and below that the markers will actually print. But if we apply that, you can see all we are getting is these markers that show when the price is above or below the moving average that we have selected. So just a ton of ways that you can use this indicator. And if you use moving averages in any of your trading, this can be a great tool to have with all these different options to help you better visualize your system or your strategy.